We are now 348 days away from the midterms, and President Trump has officially signed the bill to release the Epstein files. Trump announced the news on Truth Social just a few hours ago. With the bill now signed into law, the Epstein issue has been kicked into the hands of the Justice Department. The law gives the DOJ 30 days to release the files. During a press conference today, Attorney General Pam Bondi said only that the DOJ will, quote, follow the law. She also appeared to tease, quote, new and additional information related to the files, but did not offer any more details. Meanwhile, executives from major companies like Chevron, Qualcomm, and Pfizer gathered in Washington, D.C., where Trump and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman touted billions and billions of dollars in new investments in deepening ties between our two countries. Trump also said he'd been working with Arab nations to, quote, stabilize Sudan at the encouragement of the Crown Prince and other Arab leaders.
I do feel like Sharpie Bonanza, at least if we can use that phrase, that would be a good part of all of that. I think the thing that is notable here is that Trump has directed the DOJ at every point in this, and he's been incredibly cagey about the Epstein files at every point in this.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it's a massive understatement. But I think that in the past, when you had the president and the DOJ independent of each other, one of the things that also helped with the president was saying, oh, this is DOJ now. I don't have to deal with this. You could kick it over to them. No, that's not going to fly. People are going to know whatever the DOJ does, the Sharpie Bonanza you described, it's not just something that Pam Bondi is doing. It's something that clearly she's going to do whatever Donald Trump wants to do. So I think he is acting like he's out of the woods here, and I think clearly he's not.
I think what we saw this week was kind of the apex of Trump's arrogance, his nastiness, his lack of accountability. I mean, he feels so confident now that I think he actually thinks he has a megaphone and a propaganda machine that can even spin this, and then he can control this. I mean, the way he called the reporter disrespectfully and shamefully piggy, the way he's been acting
How bananas.
But it was a new low. But I think we're going to go lower because he feels totally unencumbered. He feels strong despite the polling. He feels like he's put the pieces in place on a number of things, from the Crown Prince to Venezuela to now. He thinks he actually can control this message and control the Justice Department. But it might be an opportunity for the Democrats to actually score a win. I mean, they haven't gotten too many wins lately. This should be one where they can get bipartisan support. They can get him on the ropes. The bigger issue is what's the collateral damage? Who else's name is going to come out as this starts to unfold? Because that might be part of Trump's strategy, too, is to make sure it throws on everyone else in the orbit.
I mean, this is the plan, right? Trump, when he released his statement today, it's all about the Democrats. Democrats are in the files, et cetera. What's different this time than when we saw this debacle first begin in this administration back in February, when they put those binders out, kicking off this whole thing that really has wrecked this part of the administration for them, having been able to get rid of it, is that this time the Congress is much more engaged. My fellow Notice reporters were out in Congress this week talking to people as this vote was getting closer and, going through this vote. And Congress does not want to have to hear about this again.
All right, guys, you just watched that clip talking about Trump signing a bill to release the Epstein files. And honestly, this is one of the biggest political headlines right now. So today I am going to break this down in a clear, simple way so everyone can understand what's going on. We are going to talk about what Trump said, what the media is questioning, what this bill actually means, and what this could create in the political landscape. So let's get into it. So first, let's talk about the announcement itself. Trump said he signed the Epstein Transparency Bill, giving the Justice Department permission to release the Epstein files. Now, here's the thing, this is huge. People have been talking about these files for years. The Epstein case is one of the most controversial stories in modern US history. The public wants answers and politicians want control over how those answers come out. So, when Trump says he signed a bill like this, that immediately becomes national news. This story blew up for three big reasons. Number one, the Epstein case involves powerful names, celebrities, politicians, billionaires, basically people who do not want their connections exposed. Number two, the case has always been surrounded by secrets, closed count documents, sealed records, and mysterious events. The public is tired of secrecy. Number three, the announcement comes during a very heated political time, so people think Trump might be using this to send a message or gain attention. In the clip, the host basically said that Trump is contradicting himself. For years, he dismissed parts of the Epstein investigation, sometimes calling things a hoax or politically motivated. But now suddenly he is saying, "Hi, I am the guy who wants to release everything." So the news anchor are asking, is this really about transparency or is this just politics? Let's talk a moment to understand what these files might actually contain. These documents could include flight logs, names and travel histories, witnesses' statements, emails, notes and communication, business relationships, high profile connections, investigation notes that were never made public. If even half of that becomes public information, it could shake multiple industries, entertainment, politics, businesses, you name it. One thing about the Epstein case is that it was never just a normal crime story. It involved an international network, rich and powerful people, a mysterious island, unanswered questions, a suspicious person death, sealed documents that courts refused to release. So, of course, the public wants the truth. People genuinely believe that there's a lot more behind this story that what has been released. Now let's talk about the timing because timing is everything in politics. Trump makes this announcement at a moment when polls are tight, media attention is high, his base wants stronger messaging, people are frustrated with the justice system. So the question becomes, is this a genuine transparency move or is it strategic? This is what the news clip is really trying to highlight. If you look if you look online right now on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, people are reacting in different ways. So some says good, release it all, no more secrets. Others say Trump is doing this to distract from something else. And then some people are even asking, is this going to expose Democrats, Republicans, celebrities, everyone? So the reaction is mixed but very, very intense. Here are the key questions everyone wants answers to know. Will the documents actually be released? How much will be unredacted? Will the public see real names? Will the release affect the election? Is the bill already active or just an announcement? Who benefits from this politically? These questions are actually why this topic is trending everywhere. So, here's my honest reaction. If these files truly get released fully, not partially, this could be one of the biggest public disclosures in US history. But the Epstein case has always been handled with extreme caution and secrecy. So I am not fully convinced that everything is going to be shown to the public. Politically, this is a powerful move. It grabs attention, it creates pressure, and it forces everyone, Democrats, Republicans, media, to respond. To me, transparency is always a good thing. If the public gets the truth no matter who it exposes, that's how accountability should work. But We have to wait and see if this bill actually leads to real action, or if it becomes just another political promise that disappears after the headlines fade. So that's my full breakdown and reaction. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe the Epstein file will actually be released? Or do you think this is just political theater? Drop your opinion in the comments. I really want to see what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.